Goodbye Proteinuria, 3 drinks seniors must have and 4 you should never touch. That glass of orange juice you trust for vitamin C, those 8 cups of water you drink every day believing you're flushing out toxins, even the diet soda you choose, thinking you've outsmarted sugar. What if I told you some of these healthy habits might actually be quietly hurting your kidneys and even triggering protein in your urine? Sounds shocking, right? But science is showing a clear pattern, and it's not what most people expect. So let me ask you, out of all the drinks you have every day, which one do you secretly wonder might be working against your kidneys? Drop your guess in the comments, because I'll be checking them out. In this video, we're going to expose 4 everyday drinks that quietly damage kidney health, and then I'll show you 3 powerful drinks that actually help protect your kidneys. Make sure you stay until the very end, because the number 1 drink I'll share is not only the most effective, it's also something you probably already have in your kitchen right now. 3 hero drinks to reduce proteinuria. 1. Black coffee. Let's start with a drink that might surprise you: plain black coffee. For years, many people thought coffee was dangerous for your kidneys. Maybe you've even been told to stay away from it because of blood pressure or because it makes you run to the bathroom more often. But new science is turning that old belief on its head. Black coffee, when enjoyed the right way, is actually one of the most protective drinks for your kidneys. Here's why. Coffee is packed with powerful antioxidants, like chlorogenic acid and melanoidins. Antioxidants are like little shields that defend your cells from damage. Imagine your kidneys working hard every day to filter out waste and toxins. Over time, that job creates stress. These antioxidants step in to reduce that stress and keep kidney tissue healthier for longer. And this isn't just theory. Large studies, we're talking meta-analyses, which combine data from many different research papers, have found something amazing. People who drink coffee regularly have about a 14% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease. Even more impressive, their risk of proteinuria, that's protein leaking into the urine, one of the earliest signs of kidney trouble, drops by around 19%. That's almost 1 in 5 cases potentially prevented just from something as simple as enjoying your morning cup. And it doesn't stop there. Black coffee has also been linked to a lower chance of kidney stones. In fact, one big study showed a 32% lower risk. If you've ever had kidney stones, you know how painful they can be, like tiny shards of glass cutting through your body. So the fact that something as normal as coffee can protect you from that is huge. But here's the important part. Not all coffee is created equal, and how you drink it matters. If you load your cup with creamers full of sugar, flavored syrups, or too much milk, you're undoing the benefits and adding extra stress on your kidneys. The magic comes from keeping it simple: black coffee. One more tip. Try using paper filters when you brew. Coffee naturally contains some oils that, in large amounts, can raise cholesterol and affect kidney health. A paper filter removes most of those oils, leaving you with a cleaner, healthier cup. And timing is key too. Coffee is great in the morning to wake up your energy and metabolism, but drinking it late in the afternoon or evening can mess with your sleep. Poor sleep is a hidden enemy of kidney health, so keep your coffee earlier in the day. Think of black coffee not just as a morning habit, but as a daily gift for your kidneys. It's proof that healthy choices don't always have to feel like sacrifices. Instead of something bitter or boring, you're sipping a warm, rich drink that also gives you protection. For seniors especially, where kidney function naturally becomes more fragile with age, adding a safe cup or 2 of black coffee each day could be a small step with big rewards. 2. Green tea. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, green tea is one of the most powerful yet underrated drinks out there. Most people think of green tea as just a gentle pick-me-up or maybe something people sip when they're trying to lose weight, but the truth is, this simple drink has a hidden strength that makes a huge difference for your kidneys. Green tea is loaded with a compound called EGCG, which is a type of antioxidant. Don't let that word scare you off. Antioxidants are just natural protectors that fight against tiny forms of stress in your body, the kind of stress that can quietly damage your organs over time. Imagine your kidney cells like little workers filtering your blood all day long. If they get attacked by constant inflammation, they get tired, weaker, and less effective. EGCG in green tea works almost like a shield, calming down that inflammation and giving those kidney cells a much-needed layer of protection. And this isn't just theory. Real studies have shown that people who regularly drink green tea can see some serious benefits. One large study found that green tea drinkers had up to a 20% lower risk of chronic kidney disease compared to those who didn't drink it. Even more eye-opening, another analysis showed that green tea was linked to about a 24% lower risk of proteinuria, which is when protein starts leaking into your urine. Protein in the urine is one of the earliest and scariest warning signs that the kidneys are struggling, so anything that helps lower that risk is worth paying attention to. Just think about that for a moment. By simply choosing the right daily drink, you can make a real difference in how your kidneys age and how strong they stay. But before you run off and boil a kettle, there are a couple of important tips you need to know if you want to get the most out of green tea. First, don't use boiling water. Pouring boiling water straight onto green tea leaves can burn them and destroy some of the helpful compounds you're trying to get. The best way is to let the water cool for a minute or two after it boils, then pour it over the leaf. That way you keep more of the good stuff intact. Second, stay away from bottled green teas that you see in convenience stores. They often have tons of added sugar, artificial flavors, and very little of the real EGCG left inside. They might look healthy on the label, but they're usually just sugar water with a little green tea flavor. If you want the benefits, stick to brewing it fresh at home. Even simple tea bags can work well if you don't want to use loose leaves. Now I want you to picture this, starting your morning with a warm cup of freshly brewed green tea, knowing that with every sip, you're lowering inflammation, protecting your kidney cells, and lowering your chances of scary problems like proteinuria. It's a small, easy step that stacks up over time, and it can give you peace of mind that you're doing something powerful for your body. Out of all the drinks out there, green tea is one of the most proven allies for your kidneys, and the best part is that it's affordable, easy to find, and simple to make part of your daily life. So if you've been looking for a drink that doesn't just taste light and refreshing but also helps shield your kidneys from harm, green tea deserves a place at the top of your list. If this message touched your heart even a little, leave just one word below about how you're feeling right now. I'll be here reading each one, holding space for you. Sometimes one word is enough to remind us we're not alone. 3. Homemade lemonade. Now let's talk about one drink that is both simple and powerful, and that's homemade lemonade. Not the kind you buy in a bottle at the store, but the one you make fresh in your own kitchen. You might be wondering, how could something as basic as squeezing half a lemon into a glass of water actually make a real difference for your kidneys? The answer lies in something called citrate. Citrate is a natural compound in lemons that works like a quiet protector inside your body. What it does is bind to calcium, and when it binds to calcium, it helps stop those painful kidney stones from forming. Think of it as a shield, wrapping around calcium and saying, you don't get to clump together and cause trouble today. And there's more. Homemade lemonade doesn't just stop kidney stones. It also changes the chemistry of your urine in a very important way. Normally, when urine is too acidic, it becomes the perfect environment for stones to form. But when you drink fresh lemon water, it makes your urine more alkaline, which is just a fancy way of saying it balances things out. That means fewer stones, less pain, and better overall kidney health. This is why so many kidney specialists quietly recommend lemon water as a safe, natural tool to protect your kidneys. It's not some magic cure, but it's a daily habit that stacks up over time and gives your kidneys real support. The best part is, it doesn't take much. You don't need to drink gallons of it. Just half a lemon squeezed into a glass of water every day is enough to make a difference. That's something you can start right now without spending much money, without looking for rare ingredients, and without worrying about complicated steps. It's simple, it's refreshing, and it actually helps. Imagine making this a little ritual every morning. Squeeze the lemon, add it to water, and know that you're giving your kidneys a small act of love and care. These small steps build up, and sometimes it's the smallest changes that give the biggest rewards. But here's an important warning, and I really want you to take this seriously. Not all lemonade is created equal. The kind you buy in cans, bottles, or those big jugs at the supermarket often come loaded with sugar. And sugar is the enemy of your kidneys. Too much sugar not only stresses your kidneys, but can also raise your risk of diabetes and high blood pressure. two of the biggest reasons kidneys get damaged in the first place. So if you're thinking of protecting your kidneys with lemonade, make sure it's the real deal. Fresh lemons, clean water, maybe a little natural sweetener if you really need it, but nothing more. Don't let the sugary store-bought versions trick you. They may taste nice, but they can actually undo the very benefits you're trying to get. So the bottom line here is this. Homemade lemonade is one of the easiest and most effective drinks you can add to your daily routine if you want to lower your risk of kidney stones and give your kidneys a helping hand. It's cheap, it's simple, and it works. Just remember, it has to be homemade and natural. Your kidneys deserve that kind of care. And honestly, so do you. 4 worst drinks to avoid for kidneys. 1. Sugar-sweetened beverages. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, one of the biggest hidden dangers is right inside the drinks that taste the sweetest. Sugar-sweetened beverages like soda, sweet tea, fruit punch, and energy drinks may feel harmless in the moment, but they can quietly create real damage inside your body over time. The problem starts with fructose, the type of sugar most of these drinks are packed with. When you drink a can of soda or a glass of fruit punch, that burst of fructose hits your bloodstream fast. Your body doesn't process it the same way as regular glucose. Instead, it goes straight to the liver, where it sets off a chain reaction. One of the biggest issues is that it creates a buildup of uric acid. Uric acid is a natural substance, but when it gets too high, it starts to cause serious problems. Over time, high uric acid levels can damage the tiny filters inside your kidneys. Those filters are supposed to keep protein in your blood, where it belongs, but when they're harmed, protein starts to leak out into the urine. That's when proteinuria shows up, often without warning, and it's a big red flag that your kidneys are under stress. Research is backing this up in a powerful way. A massive study from the UK Biobank, which followed hundreds of thousands of people, found that just one sugar-sweetened drink a day could raise the risk of chronic kidney disease by 45%. That's almost half again as likely to develop kidney problems, just from something many people think of as a simple daily treat. And it doesn't stop there. Many people try to make a better choice by switching to diet soda or other drinks with artificial sweeteners. But the reality is even more worrying. Data shows that people who regularly drink artificially sweetened beverages face an even higher risk, about 52% greater chance of kidney disease compared to those who don't. That means these diet drinks, instead of being a safer option, could actually be doing more harm than good. This is why it's so important to think carefully about what you reach for when you're thirsty. The good news is that you don't have to give up taste or satisfaction to protect your kidneys. There are healthier swaps that can make a huge difference. Instead of grabbing a soda, try a glass of lemon water. It's refreshing, it helps with hydration, and the natural citrus gives your body antioxidants while supporting kidney function. If you miss the fizz of soda, sparkling water with a splash of fruit like berries or orange slices can give you the same feeling without the overload of sugar or chemicals. And for those who enjoy a warm or caffeinated drink, unsweetened tea or black coffee in moderation can actually be a much safer choice. These options hydrate your body without pushing your kidneys into overdrive or filling your bloodstream with harmful substances. The key message here is simple. Every drink you choose is either working for your kidneys or against them. By cutting out sugar-sweetened beverages and avoiding their artificial diet cousins, you're not just lowering your risk of proteinuria, you're actively giving your kidneys a chance to heal, filter, and keep you strong for years to come. 2. Dairy milk. When we think of milk, most of us think of strength, growth, and health. For decades, it has been advertised as one of the best sources of calcium and protein. Many seniors drink a glass of milk every morning, believing it keeps their bones strong and their bodies energized. But when it comes to kidney health, especially for people dealing with proteinuria or chronic kidney disease, the story is not so simple. In fact, dairy milk can quietly become a burden on your kidneys, and here's why. The protein in animal milk, while high quality, creates something called acid loading in the body. What this means is that when your body digests animal protein, it produces acid byproducts that your kidneys must work extra hard to filter out. For healthy kidneys, this might not be a huge problem, but if your kidneys are already struggling, that extra workload can push them into overdrive. Over time, this constant pressure can make proteinuria worse and speed up kidney damage. Another hidden challenge with dairy milk is its mineral content, especially phosphorus and potassium. Both of these minerals are essential for health, but when your kidneys are weakened, they can't keep phosphorus and potassium in balance. High phosphorus levels in the blood can lead to calcification, where minerals build up in your blood vessels. This makes your arteries stiff and raises the risk of heart disease. High potassium, on the other hand, can trigger dangerous heart rhythm problems. To give you a real example, just 1 cup of skim milk has about 409 milligrams of potassium. High. For someone with chronic kidney disease in stages 3 to 5, that amount can already push the limits of what the kidneys can safely handle. It doesn't sound like much, but when you add milk on top of other potassium-rich foods in your day, the numbers add up quickly. And because potassium doesn't always cause symptoms until it's dangerously high, you might not even realize your heart is at risk until it's too late. None of this means that dairy milk is automatically poison or that every person with kidney problems has to completely cut it out. For some people, small amounts of milk can still fit into a safe diet, but only with careful planning and guidance from a doctor or dietitian. The key here is awareness. Drinking milk without knowing your kidney function or without understanding your potassium and phosphorus limits can put you in danger without you realizing it. A safer choice for many people is to limit dairy milk to small portions or switch to kidney-friendly alternatives that are lower in phosphorus and potassium. Plant-based milks like rice milk or almond milk, especially when they are not heavily fortified, can sometimes be easier on the kidneys, but again, this depends on your personal health and your doctor's advice. The main takeaway is that while dairy milk has long been seen as a symbol of health, for seniors or anyone fighting proteinuria, it can actually add more stress to already tired kidneys. Listening to your body, checking your lab numbers, and having honest talks with your healthcare team are the smartest ways to know whether dairy milk belongs in your daily routine or not. Remember, protecting your kidneys is about making small, smart choices every day, and being careful with something as simple as your morning glass of milk can make a huge difference in the long run. 3. Alcoholic drinks. When it comes to alcohol, the story is not as simple as good or bad. Scientists often talk about something called the J curve. What that means is that in some studies, people who drank just a tiny amount of alcohol each day, usually less than 1 small glass of wine, showed a slightly lower risk of certain heart problems compared to people who drank nothing at all. But the curve doesn't stay gentle. Once drinking goes past that very small level, the line shoots up and the risks rise fast. For kidneys, this is especially serious. Light drinking, which is usually defined as no more than about 12 grams of alcohol a day, might not show much harm. But once you climb to 36 to 60 grams daily, which could be just 3 or 4 drinks depending on the type, the stress on your kidneys can multiply. It's not just about the alcohol itself, but the chain reaction it causes inside the body. Alcohol dehydrates you, and your kidneys rely on steady water levels to filter waste smoothly. When you get dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, and your kidneys have to work much harder to push it through the tiny filters inside them. Over time, this extra strain can damage those filters, making it harder for your kidneys to do their job. And if you already have proteinuria, meaning protein is leaking into your urine, even 1 drink can be enough to tip the balance in the wrong direction. Some people convince themselves that just 1 beer or a single glass of whiskey cannot do much harm. But for kidneys that are already under pressure, even that small dose can trigger inflammation, raise blood pressure, and make protein leaks worse. High blood pressure alone is one of the biggest threats to kidney health, and alcohol pushes it upward almost every time. The problem is, the damage doesn't always show up right away. You might feel fine the next day, maybe just a little tired or thirsty, but inside your body, your kidneys could be silently struggling. That's what makes alcohol so tricky. You don't see the harm in the short term, but the long-term effects can build up year after year until it suddenly becomes a major health crisis. That's why kidney specialists almost always recommend that anyone with kidney issues, or even a family history of kidney problems, should limit alcohol as much as possible or cut it out completely. It's not about being strict or taking away your joy. It's about protecting the filters in your body that keep you alive. Because once those filters are badly damaged, there's no way to reverse the harm. Dialysis and transplants are real risks when kidneys fail, and alcohol is not worth pushing yourself closer to that line. Some people hear stories about wine being healthy for the heart and wonder if they should start drinking a little bit every night. But the truth is, any possible benefit to the heart doesn't balance out the danger to your kidneys, especially if proteinuria is already present. If you don't drink now, there is absolutely no reason to start. And if you do drink, the safest advice is to cut back as much as possible. Stay hydrated with clean water and give your kidneys the rest they deserve. You don't have to be perfect. Even reducing the amount can make a huge difference over time. Think of it as giving your kidneys a break from stress, the same way you'd give your back a rest after carrying heavy boxes all day. They work non-stop for you, day and night, and the best gift you can give them is a lighter load. 4. Energy drinks. Energy drinks are one of the biggest traps when it comes to kidney health. They're everywhere. Bright cans, bold colors, promises of instant power and endless energy. And I get it. When you're tired, when you've had a long night, or when you just need that quick push to get through the day, it feels so easy to grab one. But here's the truth. Inside those cans is a dangerous cocktail that can push your kidneys to the edge. The first red flag is sugar. Most energy drinks carry somewhere between 40 to 78 grams of sugar in a single can. To put that in perspective, that's more than 3 times the daily sugar limit recommended for adults. Imagine pouring that much sugar straight into your system at once. Your kidneys are forced to deal with it, straining to filter and regulate. Over time, that constant overload can damage the tiny filters inside the kidneys, leading to protein leaking into your urine. Now add caffeine to the mix. These cans often pack 160 to 350 milligrams of caffeine. That's like drinking 4 strong cups of coffee in one go. Caffeine might wake you up, but it also puts your heart rate and blood pressure on overdrive. And what does that mean for your kidneys? More pressure, more stress, and less chance to rest and recover. But it doesn't stop there. Energy drinks aren't just sugar and caffeine, they also contain taurine and other stimulants. When you put them all together, sugar, caffeine, taurine, and sometimes even added herbs, it creates a dangerous synergy. It's like stepping on the gas pedal while pouring sand into the engine at the same time. Your body feels a quick rush, but your kidneys are silently struggling behind the scenes. And this isn't just theory. There are real medical reports of young, otherwise healthy adults ending up in the hospital with acute kidney injury after drinking as little as 6 cans a day for just 1 week. Think about that. People in their 20s with no history of kidney disease suddenly facing kidney failure just because of what they were drinking. So, if energy drinks can do that to someone young and healthy, imagine what they can do to seniors or to anyone already living with kidney stress or proteinuria. It's a recipe for disaster. Now, the good news is you don't need energy drinks to keep going. There are healthier, safer ways to get a natural boost without putting your kidneys in harm's way. Green tea is a perfect example. It has a gentle amount of caffeine, just enough to wake you up, but it's also packed with antioxidants that help protect your kidneys rather than damage them. Another option is something as simple as a handful of nuts. Nuts give your body protein, magnesium, and healthy fats that provide steady energy instead of a sudden crash. And sometimes the best way to fight fatigue isn't from a can at all. It's through deep breathing or a short walk. Oxygen flowing through your body can re-energize you more effectively than a chemical rush ever could. The bottom line is this. Energy drinks may promise strength and focus, but what they're really delivering is hidden kidney strain. If you want to protect your kidneys, avoid them. Your body, and especially your kidneys, will thank you in the long run. We've pulled back the curtain on the 4 drinks that quietly wear down your kidneys and lead to proteinuria, and we've uncovered 3 simple, science-backed heroes that can step in and help protect you instead. But the real takeaway isn't just remembering this list. It's understanding that you have the power. Every sip, every choice, is a small step that can either protect your kidneys or put them under more stress. That's in your hands. Always remember, if you already have kidney issues, check in with your doctor before making big changes. No single drink will fix everything overnight. Kidney health is built slowly, with smart daily habits and consistent care. And now it's your turn. Out of all the drinks we talked about, which one are you ready to add? Or which one are you finally ready to cut out? Share your answer in the comments, because your story might be the one that gives someone else the push they need to start. And if you're serious about protecting your kidneys, don't stop here. Go watch the next video waiting for you on this channel.